with all my heart.
Yes.
I promise to hold in high esteem our heritage.
Yes.
Won for us.
Yes.
Not just us. And it was through what means? Through the blood
and toil.
Yes. Through the blood and toil. And then you come to our fathers. Blood and toil of our fathers.
Yes.
And I pledge myself in all things.
In all things.
Simply because I want to uphold
and defend.
Ghana within Papa Dadao.
Sure.
The good name.
You are defending that good name.
So, and you mean I'm this a good name.
Who create good
name?
And
I mean I may say good name. Yeah. Say good name no dear. Onyame adom.
E wo
hoda.
Sure.
It is a when ya hwe amawasia. Onsan ntimi enyai emebonokrono. Nti to uphold and defend the good name of Ghana.
Sure.
Intimacy is applicable to every person. OT Sabri ni Ghana ni dishibia. One kasa na oni Ghana akontam. One time DNA ni said ye na nanomo di moja. Esha wani mu fifiri. Eji Ghana ni munyam esi honom no. Say ni munyam no. Also pese obo ho ban. Na oso no soro. Unjeje ni munyam ni kra. Nyese ni munyam ni o. Na e wo hodada. Itu untu na jeje mu kra. Na wasa abo ho ban. Wodi wa ho odin nyina. We ni Ghana ni bia edo abeto asase we so a.
We Ghana kese a waka.
Ontam kese a. No waka.
And waka wodi woni onyam na to so. So I promise on my honor.
Wodi woni munyam to.
On my honor.
We so ni entam kese a. Hoho bia na obeba omanni no. Also obeba be di achi.
Sure.
Na san tam ya nyina ya ka no. Yetimi efo. Very important. Inti sa no pa bia no menu nyina na se sorry.
Yes.
Na ye kai ye ho entama. Ye di ama Ghana. Se wo ye dwadini, se wo ye sofo, se wo ye centroni, se wo ye obi a wo ye amanyo sem.
Yes.
Adwuma bia wo ye shoemaker, wo ye mate, wo ye driver, wo na auto filling station attendant, who provide services or hotel and a restaurant. Adwuma bia wo ye bia, baby a wo be a doctor, lawyer, engineer, pharmacist, teacher ni, baby a wo butu bia no. It is that pledge. And a man who say ampa o ye Ghana. It is abiding by the principles of the pledge. And the man who say ampa o ya kwapa no. That is where we can be referred to as good citizens of the land.
Good citizens.
So what is
good citizens.
Good citizens. Because we are opasa and the munyam ni abutiri dia suabiano. The pledge ne ka chiro. Nyoma esese oda ne di. Esu esese oda ne di.
Yeah.
And I'm more say utu. Now this so of my Ghana and nimunyam. It once we are in the month and beyond even the month. I think right after Anopa, when you are on Pema, why your devotion only will create the next person you are supposed to speak to is your land, Ghana land. Speak good things after the pledge. In the midst of all this erade, me kasase Ghana, you better try you say, Mebunu benye jumaye. Enipa ebebu nipa obi abebu panyimu bebu akwada ye de kredie be ye adwuma afa ye be kekan ho se Ghana ye mfa akwadworo ye mfa amanyo sema enye papa iti Ghana me Kwabena Asante amtoi me wa rehim se ye pegya emu kakra uwia usada na se hwe nkura atwa ho ahie nyina na hwe de ekoso wiasa afra na nyina achia emuye echese enidaso kese ewo ho because the biggest thing a teacher need be a trauma will be our average student.
Yes.
There is more room
for improvement.
One kind room for improvement. I said there's more room for improvement.
That's true.
It is say Sakratana Yaji say no. The Ukraine army say there is more room for improvement. It says I know maybe I seen to them. They will draw marking so when I say San your man I no say ene I was 67 years no. Ye begia tum se ya na montuo ne ne ye de kwafa so enwoma no anko yie
yes
ne ye betimi asachire enwoma mu adwene se de ne wi asisi dwene aye enwoma se de eni abere se o ma enya fa hodie ama no kredi ni sa ahye so je nyina tima ye dwuma dia ye betra there is more room for improvement you know about excellent very good or satisfactory ni nyina mu no it takes an effort and it's a combined effort and could take it just
and you be against them
na akase ho ana ase ho na akasoro ho so mpam choma daroma is a collective responsibility so as a Ghana ni bia titru obi emphasis titru any one na enya akwanya eba abamu ebe som yen titru because hwe beri na mo say the back or whatever it stops it train take that we take that responsibility no ti hwe be gidigidi nyina no e train na yire ne ho amomadwuma ye na anso ani omundu kredie anso ani omundu omamu annaho oman kire say they are patriotic and they love this country say train sha say a proper na ho susuanso no ana eba form no because form no betimi sacrifice more but omu say in the midst of all these sacrifices a train that so anyoma ensem fata it ye train mpacho muntie a train over square pegs and around home a train yes ye kan o kan ye nka bi a train edu ba bi ese ye mpewe a Ghana for do na kan ese o te ase etire no edu ba bi ne kasa ho kira ba ese o timi de hihye egu akwan mu ama Ghana for sampa etire no etire no ye wa ohihia mu no enye wa dwene se o de ye 30 ye belt no na ba de unya extra ekoba sa pe
problem enibre beba
na enibre eni nyoma ensem fata ene agin sebu o man ni
so
eti asia for the kemedi mran simple because me try red light mu a ekwa edem be fa so no na na etire try red light mu a ye jamani ko se me ye nyoma ensem fata eni be kwa afiase na etire no omo ye nyoma ensem fata omo de technicalities ne nyoma bi manipa bi dwene se ada bi ene na be pra kwa ba mu bi ende bia da me kaka ye ho ende bia da me sa kai wo se sa jobs trending no se de no bomodia na bibia da unya kwanya kai wona hihye oman na dusua ho kai omo sampa ye boy homo ni bebrebe na mo enne pa de se mabunu no ye padwuma ama mabunu o oman ma ye de a ye san hwe ya dusua no ho nse we se we asia fran na nyina no ye wonwuma bi ni adesua bi wo ne tete bi wa o de ho confirm san tete na adesua na unya akwanya nya adwuma simple but ye ntimi ene obia ye political science student obia branch response or university political science student the aim of political science the kwano total deviation because sebi meaning say you end up as a political science student in a political party that's the essence of doing political science but and obia orua university and school pombia no akwanya ne say ye no be DC assemblyman and also be minister and also be MP and our prayer so benya akwanya ya juma Jubilee House if you say who say me Kwabena Asante me call Jubilee House no me just 2 days a certain wealth and can we go through the normal channel and kaminya that is why me say professionals no both skilled and unskilled ni na me so could run my shebe juma enye but bibia no uhwe the quantum percentage of people are missing out all because of 275 members of parliament obi a prese obeko na doctor panyupa no wasi form osimikoja police panyupa no wasi form osimikoja bohuna centroni panyupa no wasi form because obi a come there ye come ye ana
na we police enye come ntimi
no me say come say wadaroma me chem say majority ase no make come ya ana ahokyere nso ya ende bia mebo teacher for abato is a teacher for na hwe ya ma me wa bedu sa pepe so yo me catch na na kwakubu at experimental ni all the other institutions am afem a teacher for be pa rather me good teacher for who teacher for ni bia it's incumbent on us say when we are blessed now a teacher for from primary throughout to middle school ni O level ni A level ni university any other year see a kaibia we should go back and bless them or bless their children.
True.
Because who teacher ni bia no chira de be 40 years ni
one tebia wo
now hwe tebia wo
Asempa FM
any baby ahun so nyame
now hwe bebia nyame apeja wa bedu you tell yourself that these people they have overly sacrificed for the Ghanaian or individuals?
No, but I think it's a good point you raised, and maybe in the spirit of celebrating Ghana Month, say and I want to restrict to primary school, any GHS, and it would teach a beer unimno primary school and muntie primary school and GHS. Or the senior high school teacher dimba memo. Primary school and GHS.
That's the foundation.
Yes, a foundation. And the teacher be our kind of for the dimbra just to acknowledge that teacher and encourage them. It is I will share with YouTube, will share with Facebook, ubetimi ede why no?
A sports guy,
Jama. Na Jama no ba na ko onto pronim. It is a utie na se wo teacher bi din a obetimi dey to Facebook, obetimi dey to YouTube. Ye be kan e dey amamo and o dey fire WhatsApp number na so a let's celebrate our teachers. Mekai wait kakra. Tobo Egosi sense na higher sempa 94.7 FM enti mamemfa ye WhatsApp number ne nsan entu dwabio na se wutie me a 0548 443 523 0548 443 523 enti wo teacher no say o kai o primary school teacher o JHS teacher edian obetimi e de afa so abrayan na yahwe akan e de amamo enti mo nhye ne nso emfa e de sen nyame adomochna
okay so
ochna na
mama nka bibi ba kwanza so wo
no no problem
yari yemukura
o de kasa yeti
please
yari yemukura
please in the opposite cannot they can into na amount for the teacher for them
yeah because I don't catch them say me chairman drink ake o ka say so me anga na bo o sim is free say juma no sim ye na no bita wako obi agromeja wako
but
and oreku then na opposite what follow African games
well na me person mo be ma me bo afu by say o mo nje medals but me hu say Ghana and strategy medals
yeah ya je 4
and what say you two kwan for sa programs be
yes
okwa obi a protecting it obi a make sure say ne kuro nko a wa ba beto ne de enye kuro say oh beautiful
yes
here wonderful obitima bow story ube pese obet kakuro ni so that's it
yes
anti uko ye wie tournament na bibia ko wia
ne be di enkomo
ne di enkomo
what that's it anti sometimes enye ni nyina na kiri you sometimes have to take your time hunu baby a wo firiba ye Ghana fo ye pay ye kuro no ye de ya ye di ni kuntun hwan
ye chia na
eko ko be bia se de Ghana na obere
ubesen aba
fireman
it's true
anti ye tawo machi as ye tawo machi no so na ye fire professional normal kakanga ke bitimi ama normal koyi eno so enye se bia
but yakwa say you concentrate on infrastructure no your preparation for athletes as en koyi
and baka cha onza me kan baka say o say nka infrastructure ne ready na nka athletes ne kwa ye preparation
enya kwan ye preparation
no test o ti say infrastructure no so ne di kan tina make say sisi an mi soja ni sisi a
e be hard
say me ka kire am
in the yenwie ye wi an ye difie nkom
athlete no time ye ko a cup of nations
yes
Côte d'Ivoire.
Yes.
Me na studio. Na me ka say if you want disaster ni via all African games.
And the next thing.
E bit my disaster ba. Me ka kire mo. I'm on tape. Be bit me atwa. So because na athlete no omuntu minye that preparation because who host the also ultimi ba woni mo medal table.
Yes.
Na at least mo be wie no.
Eye ni monyam kakra.
Eye ni monyam. What you say? Ade no this kind of koje ye. Ani this kind of koje ye no. Or see a young fast because I'm out for about Ghana, to Ghana, the any normal. But competition is also here. So because after all, Anya, my facilities are me, and Grano. Me athletes net me a yaba,
medals, kakraba.
So, as much as ye tie or much, ye pursue mu extra. Ye say, or send Kumunya. enough preparation tournament na ashas no ne omu here bia Jamel ne omu here bia sports ministry
mo fama wo
make sure say mo be ma wo mo athletes no mo de mo fama wo mo for now mo support wo mo bibia omu here bia no mo fama
yenye medals ne kakranka
yenye medals ne bi nka ho na yentimi ho
and na me hwe medal table ne ya beda number 10 yeah the number 10 now on the medal table but the name me yan say Mauritius we ni Madagascar we ni which is a bit somewhere that be and the fair not to change is ya can we say
what can come
black
stars man say
asem na eba ma tia mo na ti
enu ye dey asem bi asem bi na eba
bi na eba bi
mo pese mo ko pe coach mai and yes committee de kura no ke mpe
yes
me boa
yes
your petition
yes
yes committee no kwa because I feel you free up kon aba you clear
yes
or see to your boss and you go back to the basis normal president kwara the nation's address
waka
ote na make
it's true
still more force to a short listing and as a more for coach yeah almost one for coach coach almost can say media chinchina me get the chinchina football people Otuado Jamel Safi what you want response omo ya Ghana for omo response ko make so say nyan ko enke yan ko make so say nyan
Jamil mi ni komo
onso omo bienu say ya Jamel
John put that
enya no kre Otuado
enya no kre enko ya sa go problem omo I shortlist ya unya ni panel is better than so
Otuado say
stop that enko die ni muka so ma
na wo say Otuado di ni free my ho
oman senior most
journalist
yes multimedia
yes
say very inspirational
yes yes
senior mutama chima me ya adwuma man we a ni akosutu mbeka bia minti me nya adwuma ibiem
adan
munienu doubting me
Debbie never they say men ko
na
Otuado dia o kwate o man
authentic omu person omu ya no authentic na me this time my main can say minister atwetwe na bo
who do you
are you sure of
Otuado?
Songo, you are saying, am I sure?
No, sorry, my say.
Thank you. Songo. Min come to me, na meka. Me we are saying me buy.
Na reason isn't to amko for Otuado. Reason here there.
Me nipa. Me ebi a mint me 10/10 but 9.5/10.
Nipa 600 na apply no Otuado na.
And I me say on fair grounds, 10 short-listed names. Emra. On fair grounds, now the 10 short-listed names about because must say Mupo Biko Kuta 15 years experience.
Yes.
And I won't even have almost say President Ekufuado Mateda. Yenim says Anna Netie. It in the end by near feet to Bruni, but near him so I have Ghana.
Yes.
And I have Irish, whatever.
Yes.
It you want to see a Ghana because President Akase
Yemfa Ghana.
It almost as Shemuki as a presidency on the day.
Ghana
in okay. Now Pegana in India, was here. And I'm qualify yes. Only the South in the credential and BBA and what that's your coach.
Now I don't know Otuado won't qualify. I don't know Otuado won't qualify. I don't know if he's on the unqualified.
On with trainer scout, you can your boy.
Trainer scout will be denied on your trainer scout and I'll go so.
Dortmund, Yamio. Dortmund website and Yamia. Now Dortmund, and I'm say. Now the thing about Dortmund for no, Manu, Omo Mana, Yina,
Sir, Yamau, in the Yamfan is Yamfan say a tournament. Now I forbid so guess na him for some queer scout mawa. He's a coach first. And also on queer scout.
When you coach, you need to be in class with your coach. But
now trainer scout.
Now we are coach. We say you try exam. See na ya chulubi. On say say mami and obeyama master T. Tio exams are mature land in Ibini.
Menkasa won choice.
Of minimum of a coffee. Mama, a chimney online. Me busa.
Every pay you will never said you can man down to every
Otuado no.
Just a
and I'm over penny Ghana form pet or Montiasia because so Pagan and Ipa Monaco blasters.
They have offered him a long-term contract.
For one Ajaplane. One Ajatum. Oh, we are say because of the India. Would you afford to add on your business?
And if I show you
look at this.
That be not in the office a business.
Namuka Mummy, you some camera mumpe.
There will be no cat on pay.
Mumpe, Mutsi, Mamma, sit came out. Mamma can sign a dear, you know. How can I say, to be pastor? Apart from I think the guy disrespected Ghanaians. Of course. Now we house in here dealing. You come fire on Germany. One so remorse be out. One man, even reasons for the challenges that we went through even as a team. That is my problem. How? Obi. Me doubt no. But you see a pen power for. Na songo. Me say I'll never doubt. Me say I'm person me come on and the whole Ghana journalists. Sport na me say what tell you. Anya me na me mama.
Obi anim.
Oh, me ada me tuku ala.
Dabi. Obi aka say tuku.
Na mama me tuku asisi ya.
Dabi. Men tuku.
Because me buy wa mo say pneumonia agise ni ade ne esiko.
Yeah.
But I feel like I'm ya doubt me.
Oh no. Now the business ya doubt.
Problem with minister na kekere na but this time
who the oye
because only me din komo and komo na yakukuom enya bo o kire me say enya dia
after a NC
it meaning say according to information omo dey am otuado
the 15th match be that so
there be obi antwema no
15th match bibia na so
I
think the winner
minim say nyame na aye say minim sa attack no a mo de ba Yesu moja atwam Jesus in attack basa fona moye mbi me ba wo de hopa de wo de twa mame wie na me ko
wo de fa wa no si
say asempa na me de na mo ne ti Ghana fo ni abiro very worry
attack
wo de me ka kire
nyame worry say otuado ba back no
na your man
will be like to response
would it be for lunch to the akakre would it be kakre bi yes Ghana ni
na say wo man a long term they are saying about
please the person is not good coaching selection of players bringing on players onye good onye depth coach
no but say wo share otuado the record of his performance as coach, would they compare Chris Hughes? He did better than Chris Hughes.
Fako Kosiapia, I know can. Anthony Apam Chris. Fako Kosiapia. And no way. And what catch was a Fako Kosiapia. Akosiapia, despite or coach be a keeping on his toes to work. No matter how ya fire no, ya catch no, one paba, or Kosua coach ya or the coach will be done. Oh, coach,
but now I thought say initially I thought say we are a shortlist, you know. Now ABI but Medasi, I think
okay. Or I think your point is very
shortlisted.
Among family na yen.
Put at a mama needs an impany and so to see a mate. Onya show me say Obenya Butler good coach and I watch
African games.
American.
Sure.
African games.
Sure.
Na bibi obi ya tutuni.
Mate.
Why?
Mate.
You be say any mind.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Pa minister why?
And bedia too.
Yes.
Ni pani mark ado. Mark ado ne di nimu ko eye se ma committee.
Bedia o kan president executive secretary.
Yes.
And ni pan Makado, FA vice chairman.
Makado no way.
FA vice chairman.
Omo di bia fan wo so no MPP lie as we nim.
Na so bia ko di.
Bia ni tie me kasa no wo se bibi wo. Me
Oreku na se waka wasema
wi. Tie. Wo mu no mark na nka o ye gini di se bi kura wo na wo that side of MPP wo no. Eni bedu atu mu ni to wasem no delay kama fine no. Enka wo na obehwe se ade pado kwa ma aban no dan se wo ba wo so abeti committee o ni serious no se wo yesu Ghana for coach no ya pam no crazy nye what committee awie ni ete ye mpekura na watimi aye committee no adwuma wie by force e di coach kwa Also, would you coach the Papa Biko?
Okay.
Yes, I did.
Oreku, yeah, that's
far better.
Sports world a lot of information.
In Sembebre na Baba man, unse ye call on a man for so among favorite teachers, primary school DHS. Obi Salifu Isa say Obi, Mr. Sami Kwadade Yerenchi. Formerly of multimedia was my GHS teacher. I was St. Francis Anglican or Akwitia. Also shout out to him into Kwadade Yerenchi. No, Charlie, we too much. Good afternoon to you. Where's the Obi? Mr. Tony Kubenomi at All Saints School, Ewo Kumase. Somebody says, Obi, my class 1 teacher, Miss Entry at Boundary Road Primary School at Dabraka. Also, my name is Alex Amwa Ewua of Richmond in Virginia. Where say, Obi, Miss Millicent Okran, my teacher at Tema Newtown Methodist DC Primary School. Miss Okran taught me from primary 4 and 5. And where Daniel Abaka or Springfield in Massachusetts. That's on YouTube. Where say, Obi, my name is Samuel Duno. Can you help me celebrate one of my best teachers at La Wireless 1 JSS? She's called Miss Crystal Ekubobo. She's actually got sent to us at the time. Also Mrs. Odote and Mrs. Forson of St. Anthony's School, Odoko branch. Reverend Sister Peace Omega SMMC. Mata Ecclesiastic School, Sokode Bogame. Now, I'm okay primary school teacher bidi.
Okay, na kamikai. No na kamikai because Mr. Bolga ana Kofodia. What I say, enti Bolga the end na that time ya me.
No sir. Kofodia no wenyi kakra.
Na ko gbo ati hon every many show. If I didn't have family, so what you me na me chinchimba sa ba.
Enti me kai say me primary school here. New Generation Complex School.
Okay.
Ewo Elubo.
Okay.
Na ye school owner no ono one nesan ye headmaster.
Okay.
Nidinde Mr. Complex Meniabe. Meniabe chese mehwemo. Ofike kam.
Oh, Kikam.
Yeah, Fibe Chrome. Okay. Mr. Complex Meniabe. Ene oye no ye Methodist obey Methodist suffer but our retirement man saying solid man. Mr. Complex Meniabe. Enti medanaspa obisa ono so ni teacher ye chupa or amakom APS.
Chupa. I'm going to check kwa. Yeah, can say now no more.
Yeah.
Just go and bless
them.
Say hello to them.
Yeah.
Just bless them.
Could you name said the Beatrice Kisi in Prayeso Methodist Primary School. Mr. Dia Prempe and JJ of Central International School. Also, they did so much for us. Obi said the teacher name Mr. Nobody. Mr. Nobody. Esiakwa Methodist School. Owura da Costa Ajete Obi teacher dino no. Obi said the teacher Kwesi Seketia. Enti names ne de bebre and amount for the baba.
Will be a lot of messages on this song brief. In fact. These are sports guys, and majority of them say the Ombenya challenge
with Otuado.
Bako write up say, I don't know who will be getting the job, but I just want to set the record straight. Otuado did not respect Ghana as you claimed. He signed a 1-year contract, and he will not come. He will not continue even if he won the World Cup.
Yes.
That's why
yes. And so contract was signed before the World Cup. No.
So
and immediately after World Cup, no Jai Echo. Oh, renew. And that's where your disrespect angle, no ebemono. I don't know if the FA committee will be minded by that. But we say, Obi, please give Mrs. Day Tutu, who taught us at Accra Ridge Church School. Mami Efia Kuto Edi Odiaba Enono. Edwin Ewa Takrade says, my teacher who taught me in 1963. Told us to know that nothing goes for nothing and only a little goes for a penny. He was Mr. Monrovia, a Sierra Leonean. He taught me in class 6. Edwin, 1963. 1963. We say Madame Hannah Ampon at Agogo APTC Practice School, who coincidentally is my mother, and she was my favorite teacher. Unim Honorable Kojo Bajaman. Nane mami the teacher. Yeah. Ewo Agogo APTC Practice School.
Guy only a greater crowd now is a call I see a can
your friend is saying po. Nidini crack kai me.
Men kai we used to.
Oh, and your former regional youth organizer no. Jama your friend saying? Abo. Yeah. now elections you di good through kan now one go better than Kebio. That was all the hotel kakra. I should think so. Na the idea. We say Obi, I attended Kaneshi 4 primary school and I was taught by Mrs. Ado. Azigiza Smether. Azigiza Mami.
Azigiza Sofo.
Yeah. Na no Drew Safo say ono Azigiza Mami na chere na de. E primary 4. Kaneshi.
Azigiza Mami or a teacher.
The idea. Azigiza Mami. Obi Mr. W.I.K. Bodo. My technical drawing teacher at Biahon JHS. He was our headmaster too. Pozo. Technical drawing and so hey anyways but you better need a trust so but my own country am ma immortal
no we person we on the sports for the flow
okay
me say Jamal one say Jamal montad
say unim Jifagunu Jifagunu say Obi my friend Daniel Hazel who is listening to you says you should say hello to his Mr. Appearment of Lower DCJHS in Salt Pond.
Eduaman kwa ampa na kokubo experimenta
Obi asende
phone akai Mr. Eduaman kwa
teacher na friend Mr.
Eduaman yeah with that amazabo for
Mrs. Eduaman kwa
yeah koko na kokubo ati abeku Santana so
na kokubo e da so wo
super school
ne da so
yeah super addition
omo dan ne nye dada.
Oh, by now they say already.
And say was more quiet.
Minim for Abeku are there on those things. Abeku Santana. I mean,
also call.
Yeah. Minim say most of the time I know gada man for or mokoye. Minim say mazambo for so. Yeah. Eka obi the quick. Na fe me nja ho na men ko me say.
But then some ho aye ntimi nya na quick o. Just no me. Rather no. My mom be 10 minutes be no omun free mum. And then when is we have major issues. Yeah, me wamre. No me safe na no me ensa. Me wamre. Na me ibusa say, was immortal chin all the sports facilities. One of our key reporters for this African Games. Immortal so far wako Boteman. And the minister Bahabe Khan said he hosted by who as a journalist no Boteman at saying
a top notch.
Facilities.
Yes, Momoya de pa. Over the years, you know, facilities are yakasa biblia enya omudia most especially sports horse no. Because
multi-purpose.
Yes, because also the dome war are wrestling other because so even badminton, how na badminton about match no. They be board the other side. Enya bad. Very nice edifice. Even swimming pool no. So over the years, I can see Olympic size. Baby, I'll be to me. I want my poor. And some main competition is where to me. Social pictures are any videos are a travel from Nra. Now, and now for example,
in way say you're here fan.
Yes, we
Botemani.
Yeah, Botemani.
Nipa ko hosa.
We aquatic center.
Baby, I'm not swimming.
Yes.
Hey. Nam ko for hosa.
Na na ka mi hu man bia mota yusu no wa ABC newspaper.
Oh yeah, Gordon.
Yes. One in a bar, a lot of.
Me obi.
Nam ko for hosa.
Yes.
Me say that omo ye main one wo Legon.
Yes.
Na me
opening ceremony.
Na me mo Boteman.
Oh really?
Omanhene.
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah, that's Gordon.
You know me capture no.
Oh, nice.
Me capture no. No, one in the banner to one watch the banner. Ni o share send fans no. Yes. Fans number.
They are your way with watching.
They know me go sense pa. And I'm come and capture no.
Oh no, we are there. Oh, but I'm impressed about attendance.
Yes,
no.
Bengas be my more of fans no. Na say na no na na hot na no kwa ka on boost to Abeku. Jackson.
Where you are swimmer?
Yeah, we wrestler.
Ah, okay.
Until we winning in first competition.
No, man can win. Wrestling, they say,
I got it to me.
Oh, my Jama. Medals in 1 year. No, you say, oh, my hand will be I'm wrestling. Oh, my hand
but the attendance is impressive.
Aquatic center can still do better. Yeah. They can still do better.
It's way aquatic center. And when
I'm person me busa obibi. Say wo drive yakobo temana.
Yeah.
Do you get and man also do you get the feeling say this is a bibi koso obehwe no e bia Ghana flags but quite no billboards bibi sao.
In fact, that me do Legon.
Yes.
Legon companies ni video mo yi
abobobo
police for na fe no dispatch of. Yeah. Jimmy Farr say Legon at least you could see say a pressure on
sure.
The how make a kind say Ufi Reach Junction. Now we train I could do
school junction.
Ufi school junction. Now call boy team and honor. As of day na ye pa you may want to na we are
yes.
Me do about 2, if about 5.
Yes.
Indeed, na kwano so. I did catch a ja any raptini at say, oh come on.
No feeling on the road.
There's a problem because
no billboard.
And no problem with facilities na me
sure.
But there's a problem with whipping up enthusiasm.
Yeah.
The
branding, the branding.
And but apart from that, unya daji eura what is expected of them? But the feeling around it, they say, hey, say a program cry, yeah, lunch me one Legono. And can see on enthusiasm. They should have something around there, but there was nothing of it. You know, the security on point, the structures, because aquatic, you know, Urema down, was aquatic, because you know, I was highly impressed. Apart from say what I need BT grass, yentimi ama
grass na
still kwano. But facilities only used there. It has something to do with
grass, of course.
Beautification to make a grass.
But man, where you fencing, right? Where you fencing?
Where badminton?
No, badminton.
They said the old.
Oh wow.
We used to say
where and not find an South African Uganda.
Oh, that's nice. And so you need to see this on your screens. And over YouTube, book of Facebook, Asempa FM Extra, YouTube, Asempa 94.7 FM. Facilities
standard. Because I did what I did was that me and I'm so okay. Let me go a DSTV and tennis phone.
Sure.
So how.
Now I compare.
Well, I think it's not
aquatic center in the Olympic size swimming pools, solid facilities. Anyway, now your guy need a winning 50 meters butterfly. That's nice.
And they say we qualify echo final for the
100
meters.
Okay. I think they see couple so high. We say come free how I come in. Not before.
Yeah. But we still need different.
I need open water now. Open water need no between.
We still need a different.
Not move. Not prepare or put as a for emergency swimmers.
But now me say Oko Cape Coast. Did you also get a feeling say Cape Coast can host venues?
Yeah, Cape Coast from Abra Market.
Yes.
Echo nim kakra na bon say mo de it's a flag so today is Accra 2020 Accra 2023 and I would do main gate where say boho Accra 2020 and Ghana for good and sana would do stands in pit panels and also but then to say the Accra Sports Stadium and pit panels no call run size feeling no and too much yes feeling and too much but now free gate into no for Cape Coast game no Essen Accra Sports Stadium they Accra Sports Stadium Nigeria Uganda boy and ditching Black Stars sell lights and boy not fans in Iswa than Cape Coast no it's Cape Coast no go for quay Essen Accra the for and send a hype you know
generally publicity and hype around this game
yes because of jingles other thing say question from but the facilities
that we've done well at least I don't know Obiaka
yes table tennis Kobo Conference Center we seen on yes
beautiful
and another one's now question so we Atramani Sports Hall Accra Sports Stadium and Achimota over on cricket and some cricket Nigeria Achimota over
Oman cricket
means I mean it or something because person you are not sure to good job what I mean that they all can James Bumatu I just is friend I didn't actually Bumatu I was no to brew we me go carry by meaning pa I say go to cricket
na say you go be cry
in the cricket they cause watch
Achimota
okay and Snake Emporium where no then ekoso
only boxing it's or miss mashat and ekoso boxing and say news here miss mashat
and la bomba ni say volleyball beach the
beach volleyball and
la bomba de all pam
beach volleyball it's some make say do ajanako any Poakan. And so I qualify for
beach volleyball.
Yes. I qualify for.
And nobody on 9 Caesar
There be a we in sa.
We in sa.
Beach volleyball nipa meaning about beach volleyball.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
Now there in Brazil, omo use me Caesar cake and also more volleyball net and I near friend saying. Say no so when no beach and I know you dey be count. Okay. Okay.
But we Olympic qualifier.
We Olympic qualifier. Okay, that's it. But the other thing they say, but what about into Yajia to say infrastructure wise solid? Again, we spent close to 195 million on infrastructure. That's even for Boteman and a Legon there, some 34 something million to complete and others in excess of that 200 million just for infrastructure. Their car nipa break ye preparations for young athletes not as host. A hundred years to sing kakana.
It was over the years, So check it, send a graph from Abuja 2003.
Yes.
Now performance was so even about GS or just in 2007
sure.
Then we say was so Abepim Maputo Mozambique 2011 Obaka Maputo cry kweno yin team am jina opening ceremony e mo team da journalist 3 yakoy and Modestus ni Tony Beble
omo ko jina opening ceremony e ma Ghana
yes Obaka yi na yeti
commander what the oka no
Maputo
o say so mo ye opening ceremony na athletes no on the athletes in be crowd on country flag. No more about the Chelsea. Or see a call Maputo Mozambique and also all African games say na Ghana contingent ninko dui. In the multimedia journalist
in the
multimedia journalist na not me and
Gatuso Tony Beble and
Modest and the coach
yes the two reporters can't many coach now e kura flag no him we dem yeah ba na creative commission Maputo 2011 oh Mozambique it for my one and the best slide here it if you no and ko Congo Brazzaville
it is that not at least anyway omo dem
so just na be shako
now we just
internal mo pimpa me nyina no
Maputo
ye we ne committee commission yete committee na ye committee and Maputo committee work ya
immortals what they
are. But I think one thing we also have to
in the multimedia journalists they come to Ghana flag
nipa train ne ko jina ko
one thing is say can one thing which we can't take it away from School Junction to Boteman.
Yes,
excellent road.
Oh my ye kwan no
excellent road I know the amwakwata baby obiano me two chairman very excellent
connecting to motorway
Amwakwata one of the brilliant moves
yes
pay time and they did it very
asphalt
well it also come on kawiri me we say nka odaso minister ka friend na kabo say obeka catch the thickness of the and my main two chairman na me nana say because the nkebe ya ne say minia oko games are free bibi mountain be ya papa na ekwan ya
potholes and kwan
so the former minister of roads Mayenda say bema de so be yi
ba wa me
but they be adameka you definitely go down as one of the best
roads ministers
and one of the best performing ministers
even under this administration.
It's
true. Immortality preparations not just a historically yenya problems with the preparation.
Yes, even last year when medals in the by 13
Morocco Rabat in the 13 medals na buy and at this year day 2 yenya 4.
Yes, and Osha alert say Oma promises say Oma target 7.
I say your best athletics.
Yes. But what have we been doing about the immortal AK? Say, yeah, the Debiano, the challenge in terms of preparation and the echo.
And they say,
what have we been doing as Omanhene Ghana? No? It's not even about a particular regime or a minister or media.
As Omanhene,
but say, yes, say, see, I got to go down where we are flagging. So I representing Ghana, but to us, it's distasteful.
Yeah,
I just say I'm more boy and a 2. What's that? Other ones as well, Koya and Kuyi, and a 3. Ebia only here compare because this is far better than in the case of this one. Ubia, Osha graph now. Are we improving in terms of
no? But the amount we issue, the amount we West Kakrane say this time we are hosting. It was like especially say who hosted there. Your preparation for your because don't mean hosted now.
From 2018, you not need to host no. Next time one if you are
preparation start
in the next even preparation be chance from the next from the current one it was the next 4 years and say preparation from to be playing now dream team in Aba for the next competition next competition modern bono ebe cost but over the years in physical and share with sports in
in what we're hearing, say cyclists, nibi say omo bicycle aluminium. I was say fiber bicycles. Ain't mema cycling say your guy no represent here. O jina or so on Kobiu. Because the bicycle na your fault. Basa almost say ambulance be na fuel nim basa.
Yes,
is it true?
Yes, on the part of cycling, no. Cycling a different way of be use bamboo, but over the years, on what test we say fiber no in a boy because you're always riding against the wind. You're in cycling your biggest enemy, no. Anything 18 sports, I'm gonna say, main person, no. Every was changing, and our team, no. I guide no. It won't say cycling. I won't say about the enemy. Now, can we do? We now fight against wind no more. I'm watching now. And so you need very good defenders to guide you. So say be abeka be 2 kilometers no mo mama. Enti no munya bike emu ye den na otimi rolling no mujina so rollers no. Ti rollers when e mo etimi for mountains.
Na yes bike ye nya bi ama ye nkofo.
Ye ni be between the bono
Pempro bicycle. Yeah.
Pempro de no mo say
yes, between $6,000 to $15,000.
Hey. Yes. Fiber bicycle. No?
Yes.
Between
$6,000 to $15,000. It's in 21.
Per se fiber.
Who says six a compete for a team no? 6. It will be a 15,000 times 6.
Team Ghana.
Yes.
Bicycle.
Exactly because national team no.
What say ya kasapa. Say committee no. E de opepa. E ko to sa 15,000 each at the end of buy. Obi say ka buy na kia. Ya who almost send kwai.
Enti e me na kwa me free na me say trend em kasa.
Ne was abet na ha ka kire say ba ku bia $15,000. Masa mumanya careful patcho me ba what dey asem graba. Mumanya obi mumanya careful as Ghana for and I teach you as Central for. Nyoma me ni me say. Mumanya careful and I'm sorry Matthias man yes am more later. Mumanya careful as Ghana for na mumenya careful as Central for teach you obi. De bia o ka asem bi yanka se nim de epe o. Nti ye nim de epe dia and ebe de yetime akonkan wo aba. Bibia ye o man Ghana mu no. Said ye si hwehwe na ye nim che omo ye nimpo no. Even though sometimes that omo ye no sin to ho ampa.
Yes.
But I'm telling you today say sen kan kofon ko fa 15,000 by 6. Eye sika kese pa de koto bicycle nko a. Ka ba tisi na bisika ne how if you know more nim dear or bicycle say the cost I can see no munim say sana ne boy.
Alright, so I want to do this video to clarify what I'm saying. The riders have been this way for the past 15-20 minutes. To begin the race.
Everybody crying this is it's a serious lesson. The anybody didn't cry this is no I cannot demonize it now. In charge of bicycle as if say even though you're only body you can't run away from that. But if you want to criticize, if you want to comment, most of the time but there's because when in the end for near being forward. 2 ubeti researcher was idea obekana de we papa na 3 junior my Ghana 4 who need choice here because this very particular times are a woman a special year, a year a day unique a dance so cry. It's whether sports, whether political program, whether trade business program, whether finance program, health program, whatever we talk about. We should be truthful and we should be measured and we should think the Ghana factor. Ghana for who ya humti. T2 years Central for. Ghana for pam chomu tiemi. Debi na meka wo dom party bi ni nyame hawo. Uya sports presenter war interest we say aka minister we na also and FA president we also and no nyame problem. A choice enipa bia what choice. But the fact say when Kwabena Asante na be FA president does not mean that the current FA president cannot perform or will not perform. So after choice we think Ghana. But Central for the Bibia that me can, I am say Biana may attack it. It's an attack on journalism. We hold a certain privilege key. And a privilege. We hold a very powerful tool. So our misreport and our exaggeration and character assassination and our untruths and lies and fabrications, it will cost this country a lot.
Yeah.
It will cost this country a lot. And if you want to be a lawyer, you cannot be better than a finance person on one new finance zone. We will call Jim Dear to a finance person. Me a teacher. I know, but I can't go beyond a certain level. There's nothing wrong. As some secret, as I want to say, they said, okay. Yen Gigi Hundi presented the true case. Me Danyamia se pass in the go so cycling because they come to $15,000 each. Wouldn't come with the business. Never how you even do analysis. Legon Stadium, as of a summer time, then $60 million, and then a jump could do 400 something. You see, now Kasakasa. Painful.
I get you.
We are very ungrateful and hard with ourselves. It goes to all of us, especially when political parties take over the reins of other political parties. And that has been the mantra. The MPP took power, described the economy that they came to meet as bogus, as hopeless, as helpless. The NDC, if Ombudsman take power and MPP to us, they will not talk anything about the economy. NDC picking up, taking over from a year. Everything that they've come to see during this administration, are you bogus, are you helpless, are you hopeless? It's the Uncle Pim that bang, and we all will come to one point to say, we've done this to ourselves too much. We need to sway or shift or change the narrative. And especially to Central 4. Especially to Central 4. They be a say, yeah, a certain ego be saying,
exalted view.
Yeah, view be. It's a privilege. It's a privilege. You need to manage that privilege very, very carefully and very well. The time when you are making sense, I didn't see what Ghana has a hobby. Sports for more fun, Jamal, Africa Games. You see, I just didn't want to comment about because I have felt that we have bullied ourselves too much unnecessarily. Professor time. Oh, how we have misreported the death of such precious person. As individuals, as political parties, and as whatever interest. Latest me from question Dr. Lawyer John Kuma. And rather for the crane say there said the one came down on Tino maybe there and you wait chira bodina keka any nina so na papa obama bushano omo home ate na the Central for Ghana for betim there ban say oba kuna for kwa na nia tutu aka ni sem no wa anye careful nsuo tap on chenia obaje wo and oba kuna for me catch no asem na ato no men fi Central for asem na ato no men fi Central for and several obia interest because yaw na wo mu no so ka se wo kasa ano permitie no adom fm ne tape bia
the tape no
if you listen to the tape
I think me wa ha kra me hwese me tie
if you listen to the tape two things afuno ma me no ana me so ani kwa se ga oba kuna fo kra o kasa she bisa adan dia ne yaji o my god onem e pa na dia ya done schemers. And people want to invade and overly invade people's super private.
FM.
Now can one say na me na next will be free more. It becomes the responsibility of all of us say open space yem pie. Na no bia who say they call ekusi.
And my worry, man who say they be ametna aka say.
Why?
This professional you choose to know. It's a professional verification.
Why?
Journalism is about verification.
Why?
And yet a profession to peddle rumors
Why?
and rehash yes. It is a terrible thing to do.
It's a terrible thing to do. I'm sorry. Or no, I'm trying aside the GBC one that I bought.
Yes.
You know, James will not allow some of these things.
No.
Or whatever interest. He will always speak to the
Yeah, because the point is that,
how?
This microphone, the power of one microphone, as we speak now, millions of people need around the world, though. And Yamia, because of the credibility we've built, who can be Obi Nakaye, who can be Omanhene Kwabena. It is the power behind that, and massive.
And you know,
it is the last thing you do.
How?
With a microphone like this is to peddle rumors. You shouldn't. Why would you be peddling rumors? Yes, in some you're teaching you debate radio.
Obi. Now say me no kase den ka one kase ma woni media. Say ni nyina no na we are doing a fantastic job. But the sensationalism and exaggeration on truth.
It's not proper. It's not proper.
It's becoming
It's not proper. It's not proper. It's not proper.
What's going on in this country?
What's going on
in this country? A country where there are two autopilot in terms of our discussion, in terms of our conversation. Since when? I know Ghana Timmy Jibre. The whole country, the hospital is your problem, that one your problem, education your problem. Ubi awuno, the autopsy, conjectures and then
autopsy ni crab bampo. Abampo na ye kind of problem.
Why do we do this?
I mean, we elevate rumors to be fact.
Why? And
it's
people always make, even in the same party, people make political capital out of it. And then the external parties and other individuals. Why? Obi, every desert for Oman talk. Because when I remember the car about and I want to idea ton of Nima 800 Ghana cedis. $15,000. Obi Abraham say you $40,000 in Netherlands or so. Men can kai. Yeah, party pack. But what will make us get at the panel? Any attempt to do that, Biano, a problem for us as a people. Yeah, party po. Be a bama akwanya me at the panel. It's a problem for us. It's so painful. Mr. Ghana for a security agencies that sharp division of Entro and a Kotebe Kano, Mr. Ghana for. We cannot fill the mosque, fill our traditional homes, and fill Independence Square, and fill a trade fair, and fill all churches on Sunday, and come back and behave like before. Wedding Amitia say, Pastor Ewu, baby, will be a Sunday I was under his watch. But as some of Ghana for Kenya, wedding Amitia say. It's already a minute. I didn't know you and some for thousand say with the Onamitia and Onamitia version of the Becato say we have taken everything in this country, abnormal things, to be normal. Where abnormalities start becoming normal, where there are no standards, I keep saying, where there are no checks and balances. Omano, HSA, and Yatuna Saramu. And then nam so na ebu fa so gigra enti ebe kosa wanya bibia fa ntokon bia na enu an kosa na ko ditch mu. And it is incumbent on His Excellency the President of the land, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, to demonstrate and show leadership. It doesn't matter the man's aka. He should show and demonstrate leadership. We should have citizens who are also ready to support what is right, because a painful say who are a bainwa and our mainwa who are person ye de etreno who cry na we are frustrated more. So oh my God, if you want to be truthful, if you want to be very transparent, if you want to be very open and truthful to your country and patriotic, we can our progress will development we promotion and public and civil servants muntie when I was say abanda come to move do na no. It is a baby, but not to me, sonny mumu. No chimumu and one in every because mumu do donano. Forgive me for this language. Mompegana ye. Mubogana. No more this guy saying with politicians get to have you know. Over the years, that's what most of these public and civil servants they've done to us. Because a back critical, they will not be held responsible. It is the president and his team or those in managing the affairs of this country and they be hold them responsible. Or we are collaborators. Reasonable percentage of people in public service. Why?
I'm told say my main voice now ready. Yentie na fe yentwa so ekosi sense na higher senpai from. This is the wife of the late Honorable John Kuma Yentie. And I think she was speaking with Asasi Radio in the Yentie.
Minimi kunu said the American and I say yari ba mina menene na ko Germany. Ebra ye ko pray. Ye minim doctor bianca nkyere medda. Se poison ba kumpa ko mikunu moja mu. E minim ni se yade ene ye diagnose ye. We around August. And I yet chira ne yako. Jonkume jinai oyebi. Ofade etimu. Wama wan show oh akukudrumpa yenya ye deti ase. Eye de wa papa show ye. Pains ana wonam. And so one show pain that there never was jina ye bia of fat pain na waye. And one motto behind this scene that we don't do what is convenient. We do what we are commanded to do. We are not living out of convenience. We are doing what is necessary. It's not about now. It's about the future. It's about impact. It's about legacy. So in spite of all the pain, he endured. And then all the shame crying from the bedside everywhere. Into Dr. Bia me, day one, I've been me a part of the medical team, both Germany and this place. Obien will catch them with that say a poison. There were medical reports I will have both from Germany and this country in car poison yourself. Obian can food poison. And say, I am a mama. Ye, me dear, send them it here. Minimia dear kubikun. And your poison. Me a sofo, mean Jinaham pay cheap, fe and fan jeshe. Inti adi kumikun menka sekuno. Sebi, so be adia, aye John Kuma. Ha, me bapenny crow just 16 years. The last one or 4 on D5. So bina a poison papaya. Me the first person I me pese me. But baby shon kolani ni na mama. But me my enfadia. Any moon pese the two papa wa bobra. The 45 years now. Omo can say just you know. John has lived more than some 90 years. Omunya better opportunity in life than him. So I won't say what is not there. As far as I'm concerned, my husband was sick. I know the sickness. I won't lie. And that's what I know, it killed him. So if anybody know anything, I want to know.
Asempa FM. Asempa FM.
94.7 Asempa FM. So that's the wife of the late John Kuma. Where except of the interview on Asasi Radio, but I think those are the salient points. From the interview.
The person me ka ha me kakra ne say oba kunafo nkasa. Mesre busuafo no. Oba kunafo.
Baba, you think maybe this was a necessary thing for her to do?
Well, quite be sure it was necessary.
Under the circumstances.
Well, under the circumstances, but oba kunafo sabi when she no. Ade ato ni no state na wo mu no. Mesre wa ho brase so oba kunafo. Omo man we nye di twato.
And what's all Casabio?
On you're responsible for Obia, or responsible for Semna. Was
it the first born is 16?
1-6.
The last born is 4 years.
So it is just something that hono. And you're bigger than say Obi central for no, but sometimes it
gets to a
yourself
point,
together. And you're so heartbreaking. But me say when she say money amani no, and yet bread says all the massa central for my sassun buni. Yenwe bibia yenwe if say obi say because dey be watch so eni o ma me na keka no eni o ma me na keka no.
No, I decided not to play the other part.
Yes, eni o ma me na keka no very serious. I'm happy say we kwa the why edit na what me abo haya na they interested to us no what me abo and watch there. That's where I will encourage everybody say a noble profession central juma no we are Ghana ni so we are Ghana ni this year mapa. ye di bibia be di agro but in kontompo in twato so etrodi edi seye enada pesem kuminya edifudi pe nyoma ense fata eni dia on man za nyoma no
yeah, because I think as journalists, on partner say we would raise, we say our conspiracy theories. Those conversations can be had behind the scenes. Inti off air, you move to discuss conspiracy theories near there. But when you raise those theories on air and make them fact, you are disappointing everybody, and you cannot lead the whole country on a path to nowhere. It's not proper.
Even this afternoon,
it is not proper.
Sir, Medici say menya portions or snipers of the report. Okay, I'm saying I should stay.
Yes.
Yes. Copy say.
Yes.
As we speak, and people won't see a name the account because as we speak, we have the history.
Everything that happened in Tamale, we knew as far back as say October was then last year, but we didn't put it on air.
Please, Miss Remo,
you think Miss Remo, Miss
Remo, Miss Remo, my uncle Katanechi, Nagana for. Mama nya sa nkomo na de bia da yedine bibia idi agro
because I mean what constitute poisoning no enye de ani ehu
bia idi agro
enye de ani hu say na wahu so obi adidi ma ofe anase oja na 90 poison. I mean how you make such conclusions? It's not proper, and I think going forward no we all have to be careful na you especially say fa let's take our time. Let's take our time and verify. Even if you trust your source, verify.
Say the Mranti being so there too almost Jama, okay, they won't count because all faith is different. I'm call ensuring now more prophet a kukudam prophet Papa Mapano.
Yeah.
No ma continue economic immortal prophets here ye kafano into immortal no water so obi ono so for so into na fi be Tuesday on me no kwa sorry was apostolic na what is a prophet ban Tuesday ho be bi kura no immortal we suppose as we twem akoso be who immortal no afre no catch him pacho bra pa ti say dan de sofo no
e catch him
into job now
at all so
I need this over guy no cray obi omo de di
the boys ni be yes ya man for schemes
omo de di omo de di and it will be difficult to see through if onyame pray wa come and say and we are all vulnerable ya assume pastor we na kan o so anopa o from so a Christ ni nyame asem kura for the day ni kura
kan bi da on one for Bible and
kind it onipa no kan sa asem che no o head and so prophet genuinely or the two so no say so oh there ya kura say on come back to the so no na nipa no chia no man wo so no ye sapadan eye ne so no no agina di na afa
and na nipa no so betena asori dem go bi
edimo mo ye no
so who nim sa nipa no
unim no
wate de so na kan
de so na kan na onim background because Omanhene Kwabena Asante or multimedia no what dramasi so ga to we are church no okope eno no na o shi Omanhene wo hana hezi de metitie mai ze dan na o kan se mo ekire me bia say na me ano meto from say wom enti yesu ma sa aspect of prophecy me see the best prophecy you have as a believer, as a Christian, is the word of God. It's the word of God. Because say in come should be crown honor say about wow crown no
yes
it's me come to baby. Oh, it is in the Bible. We have genuine prophets and we have fake prophets. We cannot run away from that. It has been also Juma adopt Fridays, Sundays, Wednesdays. Which more advertising your prophecy week.
Yeah.
Encounter with the prophets. Your life will never be changed. God's prophets are speaking. So prophecy for a teacher for no kwa. So trust and if you look at it maybe you want to piako.
No be sure.
Oh Jesus. Jesus. I should make you know. Now also a dem Careful is the matter. Hey, we are because any very financial advert. No, single is the master plan.
No, we want to say or mouse and consumption of your Jews can.
There more who crowd who know because Oscar. Hey, no, say what does again?
Jenna Bompire, mamma.
Now, where what me ask anybody no matter what can send me actually by the roadside. Onu baby I will tremukra no say esa home striking the back no back. Or say bonsu. Or say bonsu.
Or say no, I born a third time.
Careful, but only a brand TV also pa. Or talk about program so. You're careful. Nani do what you. It's home. If you lack knowledge.
Yeah, the big brim on it.
Christosum Crabby in Papa Mua Babusian now for me, a Jumam or some. Oh, it will kai hope us there. Minyamin in Papa Munyami. Minyamin Sakasaka Yame. On
Yami or Becca, oh, mammy, Debbie. Prophet be or Takrade. Udim say, not lady be a Juma or bank, or you're one of the managers or bank. Oh, man. Prophet it to me, Kayama lady, no. Now, Fay, Obi Oma made do our school about a banker. Or general salary at the whole month, or the baby breast of no. Udim say, so for the Kayama, not on sending the mammy and the papa Sikabia bio. One fashion, a money mammy and the papa da. Or general salary pay. So for street. That's often Mati be a man. And so for the end, it says zombie. Zombie.
Young first, I couldn't use your country in your man's no. They revered their pastors and their men. As you Mukun, say Ukuru the and old Trefinia Janican. Medical de Beco sum, I was so if you. Now I am more Gua. Mose Bron Sambin a yam. Where no be from a Conwa. Mose Bron Sambin a yam. We have contributed. You see, every facet of what we are doing in this world, we contribute our quota.
Yeah.
A man will be 247. I won't be that. Or the prophet Nasa Fiabo. The prophet even so fetching. Segum.
Prophet be Segum.
Oh. Segum sa. O ka hwe community. Segum sa. Now, our question that's of catches on one now. I want to open a bear problem for
now. What you say? And this is an educated person. Okay, Bible. Okay, Bible. No. Okay, religiously to understand the Onyame Unkunkwere Bible no the can. Okay. Sometimes we invite and we deliberately fall into some of these things because hey, hey, dada. Then I can be pa now share na suffer pa the way been flown to limousines and Maybachs. Go to the world and preach the word of God and win souls. And then the souls not done in Maybach. SSA, not suffer first class, not church members, no, at the economy. Business class, not just because now they aim to just often enjoy. Nobody doubts the workload on our pastors and our revered men of God, but a reasonable percentage be so about 40 for your Jumana. Almost the number be a fancy form. Well, on your main call for the mate Macron say, Nina Embo Munya day, Enini, the Chaber and the Swan. But the mate my catcher one say, if you really want to be a believer of Christ, have a personal relationship with God, and you pray for me, church going. Have a personal relationship where obeti and ya. So, of course, scientifically, we not say all the prayers also. You not pick a phone. I go fresh off. If you are the beck and mercy of a sofa, and then Yamia, they be that you have challenges in your life, both private and open life. Obi, that's Jama obeying on the coaching we open on tomorrow. Almost more brave games.
No comedy. Say Obi the protocol. Come on, anyone.
When the quality no was come on.
When the Obi the sound there cano.
That colors near the day.
Different colors.
Yellow,
black, white, yellow. No, the white in the mempe.
When you come up, yeah. Oh, I see. Into
way, no, is it for sale?
Yes, upe bi ato obenya.
Upe bi ato obenya.
And I upe bi so free obenya.
I think that one is nice. The green one is not bad.
Papa dey kala si na, papa dey kala.
Monfa ni nyina amra.
Papa dey kala si na.
Monfa ni nyina amra.
What does upe bi ato obenya?
Auntie, it when the official set for the games, right?
Yes.
Upe bi ato obenya. Enti upe bi ato obekọ hin.
Upe bi ato I think say LOC no our numbers to social media handles. I'll reach out to them, my numbers na mama.
Baba, you know, so say that is one of the issues a man for raising with the games, no. Say information availability in some way. Because so people who schedules for the day and but time and games ben cost one person make ticket and if biato. All of those things no as a problem and people have complained about Sawe, you know. What do you say?
Obi, mentia with you for you. My main friend here can see my with you for no washeful.
Yes.
Na men that was near Quenya or the mame. No Quenya me and the Mubu Jumading. O Mangana, Edi, or Mangana, Impuntu, or Mangana, in Kainko, Internet, Danny Dani na, the Fata se Mumma, it's here for Eternal. Danny Dani na moyene sa pepepe. Na mi shamo onu kru na Omanhene Chum Dominic Immortal ni Jack se meeting in catch oh
shahopa. Dominic for red one Ibrahim why me pacho. But we start this is small. Very small.
Inti no krani nyam yes. There are channels of information.
Okay.
LOC ni use. So now everything about the games, the organization, preparation, everything is in the hands of the LOC. The ministry is supervising them. And you'd send a motor a G2 our can ping
yes.
He has traveled to several
in terms of the infrastructure, yes.
Infrastructure, preparation, everything.
Preparation, I don't think
Team Ghana were camped. Some were camped in your friend is saying Cape Coast, some were camped in Winneba.
Because you've heard the issue of Mpabwa, Ebimo Mpabwa you oversized. What is the issue of a bicycle there near can you be ho? What is the issue of ambulance and I will say this cyclist near see fuel in him. Those doesn't show say prepared.
As far as I know, Akadiane Akodia ye here.
Yes.
I beat me ama games he abe crab it's been provided. You see, you will be a friend of chef de mission. Chef de mission no ena ye you know as the head of country bia team preparation. Ono nso no ye liaison officer between every country and the organizers of the game. Inti ye Ghana ye chef de mission last year. I am aware so oje list from federations are more participating near more muhia sizes of muhia any the ekeka ho and omoko organize equipments no buy into equipment na
arrival but we are told say still na nyoma ni bi kra me do
oh nyoma ne dey bedru dey ebimu bantemsin ebimu so eba late but dey here na say yetimi amomo sand akade ne akode na omuhia no mutumi when it comes to also omu per diem ni preparation everything intact say omuhia the me I believe said the omuhia na say Ghana for support no mutumi appropriately
so far yenti issues about per diem. What we've heard, for example, a badminton team, and what I'll say, me boy, you correct me. Say, Omoko Boteman, they had to go at the back of Omoko's pickup. What is our seminar?
Yes, me say Casino. Me name how I'm here preparation. So now, Castle me here to what yama team Ghana near the athlete. We go do baby crampono. Na satellite. Na some faka yem branding here. And a dear back which.
Some way.
We have to say it before I must prepare.
Another card.
One or two arrangements be because with them and say it may be a casino. they have to wait for a while. Some train kakra, but when they go for free because of your traffic situation, internet say communication, and so yeah, so this time no be to buy 8, if you competition 7 in a second year ready. Na train for the next badge na be call. But once a car na kwhye be na wakwache say cars na no so ya. Mo for cars be encounter.
In for transportation e hwan mu nsa because it's embarrassing say athlete be pick up it.
Obi me meti asem na ye mo because the nim with regards to tax forces are yatete. Omudi ejuma. What I know is Immortal Bekacha said the vehicles he's seen are enough. Country biawo vehicles, big bus, small bus, any other vehicles are supporting. Into as a federation, I'll be any say me work game at 10 and at 6 o'clock and there botemana. I need to indicate that to the transport director. Say by 4 and by 3, me will give him 6 boteman. By 4 and by 3, me here vehicle. Na it me the miyako boteman. But me the dream ne say it could also be said the federation head of badminton felt say athletes back one na me pen of mokosi me wo vehicle. Mami train bus yenko.
Yeah, but not in the pickup.
It could be. So, what would me tell you quickly, me fair transport director, me say more say, no, but that is not factual. Jamal, you know they are vehicles. And truly, they are vehicles. Until you call for them, they wouldn't come. Schedule. Sa schedule, no, una. Asana diabetino, you need to indicate to the transport director. On Ochina, 6 a.m., we were until by 4, I need a bus. Nobody will deny you bus. Inti and sheda nye boapaye
a communication challenge.
Thank you. Or it could be said the federation boss wanted to just move in a hurry. But nye preparation challenge and a new organizational challenge.
And how about the same badminton team say Omon Pabwa Obiso size 47, they buy size 36. How did that
I told
happen?
you about chef de mission list of athletes. A federation be more requirements and be more prepared. Untimi enka say ye ba be bogu games ninti me ko kantamanto akosa santa diaba. It is according to, and when you see some of the athletes, obiane say no dress you oko swimming na ansa na obeba no so wa cardigan oba oyi a obo so she jersey o inside oyi so vest foforo omo everything towels bibia ya brandy obi wo ye de amano on fan ba any refi oba no aka say
abeka different story
obi wo so ye channel maybe omo federation e channel okoyi de ope. You see, you have to report that to the hierarchy nenko, then it will be corrected. But if you come out and say anything, people would feel say probably organization no money. Meanwhile, the organization and preparations are done adequately, fairly.
The other thing, have you gotten any explanation for ambulance now and until delay the cycling competition by 1 hour?
Obi ambulance has some one. Because ansana obeba betina studio you have your producer.
Yes.
If a day before at least an opadi or producer better say
sure.
We say into Obano, you are well prepared.
Yes.
Now Obi, these games no any one man affair.
Asempa FM.
There was solid task force, includes immigration, includes custom, includes ambulance service, includes the police service, includes all the stakeholders even media are included in the task force. Stakeholders need now the ambulance services there. Obi, the ambulance service did cycling. No more hope for cycling on Saturday.
A man, no.
Yes. Onim says Sunday obeba mbema die obi no kreninya minim. If you even have a challenge and you didn't prepare enough for the next day.
But no nim baby also koko prepare ekonya fuel.
Mbota. That's if and yes, I was sorry now. Ye games be keke. Everything is arranged. Everybody is assigned a responsibility.
Now, I don't know. I say, Goyle is sponsor.
Goyle can sponsor.
Yeah, Goyle can sponsor.
Everybody
stations in the door.
So, but that our name se fool when he came. Or be sorry, no unreported driver no because was superior and tax force and so. Unreported man is superior. Then you come to the grounds and allegedly, almost because of fool.
Yes, my true.
But the point is also that is the information that was out. And the embarrassment.
I would ask the LOC to find out. Say report or munya from that ground.
Is that true?
Is that true? But say it true. Driver no, ambulance driver no, probably no onim nejuma. Or na say eye boapayo. Because obetimi asori to car if you fear at backgrounds just to come and say me no forward the one. Because odi wa bottoms kakra ya obi o catch mpanyfo ni bi obetimi to scam out.
And I saw on
and there's an arrangement.
Yes.
There will be cars be fuel.
And everybody knows.
BBI is structured. Obi unim kra or boss wo. Ana because you didn't just come up get up and join as an ambulance.
Because the media reports Neka said there had to be calls from some people at the top and some omunya fuel ediagu ambulance.
It doesn't make sense.
Ama race netimi a continue after an hour of
honestly
delay.
From what I know and looking at the arrangement I media to win him oneokrabe or one says I didn't see it.
Yeah, I was shocked. Time I
so we'll wait for the official
ambulance. That's interesting. But on that same route, cycling, no, I will see road. Charlie, the median, a full portal. So a full portal, and I'm like, if we're going to use that stretch for such an important activity, the least we could have done, at least yendo median, it doesn't look good at all. A bad PR for Ghana.
Oh, yes, I think.
And who will be making?
Yeah,
I think
from Ablikuma. Abesia, Bekampukwas.
Media anywhere full portal. And Omado on the Dabe. Omado. Oko cycling.
No, Sakanamo
went to me and Quanko.
Easy.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. The LOC has all stakeholders involved. Into say, baby, the
last time you went there, Dabe. Last week. Okay.
Maybe
just will be afa I will see her say please let's know because reporter and say the place is very very weedy. A median no very weedy.
The stakeholders no it involve MMDCs, even regional ministers. Yes.
In the Obia when the role also play.
Yes. But me pictures are made home from cycling. Honestly, I've not seen say media. I share a lot of pictures on my social media. Pictures from cycling are very beautiful.
Very nice. But still on pictures, and then I mean picture on Gary Al Smith page or Facebook on say top 3 no mu we be amugina so say gold be gina podium no first second third but could be a Gary show na omode A4 sheet abwade on matro number 1 number 2 challenge there
me share event centers at the NCA because from the pictures I may share on my social media I a couple of people who are share we have a standard podium sponsored by Tyson
NFA
it's a Chinese company
NFA podium
I have it I'm sending it to even Chum on share so I'm not me person me who the details of the venue because every venue equally has a venue manager
and the venue manager would have to ensure say standard podium they see
exactly. So I've not been able to find out, and I mean room baby pot your Moses had in the but anything that has to do with organization was provided. Everything that has to do with preparation was provided. Yes, we will get feedbacks. Some will be positive, some will be negative.
Yes.
But we would also work on those feedback and ensure say going forward no niema be ye kra behwe. But the mentality say wona wo ye ma yenhwe and na won frɛ inti yen support yen kai say e o man Ghana ade.
Yeah, but so man Ghana ade no stakeholder engagement should have been massive.
Yes, stakeholders were engaged.
Or more unim say omo ye influencers a umbetimi aboa no you engage them.
Obi stakeholders were engaged by the LOC. One say what people the difference between everything is the LOC is in charge. The ministry is more like a supervisory. I am helping with communication. But
this is Gary, you're not sharing. It's also
must the podiums I have seen. Or more magic medals.
And I said, and no, you podium in Chelsea.
Or more magic medal. We medal ben wine but
Imota won't name the Pacro.
Boatly.
So me follow.
Obi Shabidi 2 minutes and the amount I was all there at all. I'm 18 for
Imota won't baby crow. So be who?
Where weightlifting.
Weightlifting.
I'm gonna know back in.
Once you can't even identify
2023
but official pictures of Obia Wajib medal could be found on all social media handles of the LOC.
Yeah, but I think I was say officially, no, the LOC would have to speak to them.
The LOC would address the press this evening.
Yes,
and I think from now
because if this is true, it's embarrassing.
From now onwards, they will be doing a daily press briefing to update the general public on the ACC. Yes, there will be challenges. Now watching dream abaso because me who be say I'll just send it to Damkoku Ebwa. Now who be say then Ebane saying no, because I will speak to this event.
90 BB saying no venue manager no mon contact no.
I don't know which venue is it.
Which venue is it? And that's what we share with you.
No, some
me follow games.
Because was a nonsense social media. But I'm not saying in case say ebana sa yentimi nyeni. Ma send the pictures say you will podium different say nipa 10 kana eche so mugina podium you podium na nipa ne betimi ejina so. Say Omanhene na eche say ejina podium so you podium betimi age Omanhene and me kra inti se bibi abana sa. Yes,
and those are some of the podiums. No more more share on YouTube, any Facebook, no be who podiums, no ebe. Yeah.
Say in case crash ebana sa, menim say ye ku yinim no embana say bio.
Were you also as we were surprised say yenya outage e wo Cape Coast Stadium? Ma game no you halted for bare 20 minutes.
I was very surprised because the task force involved a lot of stakeholders. I saw where a call has to be placed to the boss at that the power sector, where they demanded for a list of all games venues to ensure they would have an uninterrupted
power supply.
Now, so while him say AFDA into probably problem BC will be and an investigation was instituted. Me who report near, but I know so going forward those things will not repeat itself. You have all the stakeholders on board. Every single person that has to play a role is involved. A
role.
Team is working tirelessly to make sure we have one of the unforgettable games in the history of African games.
Yeah, but the other thing is to officially day 2 right? And then day 2 meboa. Officially.
No, officially today should be day 4 so
day 4. In the after 4-5 days, no? Do you get that vibe say this is supposed to be the best in the history of African games? Do you get that vibe?
You see, when it comes to the African games, the vibe has to be created by the people around.
The criticism is you are not spending on publicity as a ministry, you know. Are tight on publicity budget. You are not spending.
There's something about spending. People from outside will say, "Oh, won't spend it." We should say, "Oh, you've overspent." Obiani, the become based on baby and nipani free back and any expertise. Irrespective of what you spend, if the people are not united in support, if the likes of Obi, who have the medium, are not pushing an agenda for a one Ghana, you cannot achieve what you want. If Oba Ekosi is saying every day you are promoting the games,
but that's what I've done since games started, encouraging people to go to the venues.
Obi so beba nani panos ho wakebi no obi so aba bayeja ma inkrofo kakrib no so moye ne yenhwa it becomes a problem. It in say we rowe na we are rowe ye so
yes
na ade na ye fe because omokwa e Ghana na host you enye Obi ana Jamal na host ye e Ghana na host ye. And from what I have seen and from how reactive and proactive the LOC is, every feedback and improve from what's happened.
You drive around town, who feel bars say games be say Kosovo Ghana.
Me and me share t-shirts. Yes, me feel bars.
Who feel bars?
Obi, some bars na de me abe. So far, so good. Okay. There's always a room for improvement in every situation. We've received feedback over from last 2 weeks, any this week, last week. There's been a change in publicity. This week, there's a change in publicity. Next week, there will be a change. Nina, you change for the best.
But there are 2 more weeks to go.
We will do it
to the end of this tournament.
With your support.
Yes,
your expertise, your prayers.
We are doing our best.
And that of your colleagues.
We are doing our best. But Immortal, as a journalist yourself, you were 2 more weeks. And then obviously I was saying about these games for us to get unforgettable games.
Well, urban transportation issue, ne phone or some resolve those issues. And once we start also winning the medals now, my
excitement.
Yes, I prepare up a lot of enthusiasm about it. Because I know I say, Nemi Aquatic Center, no, they very encouraging. And we said, by 5, Sanchez say medal zone,
okay.
One qualify for finals, we never so. And also, who same coffee be na eba. Now, social media, the various media houses in this Eddie other individuals in so post it. It is athletes and Anka say do so. Track and field.
Well, me and
the track and field.
Legon.
Any University of Ghana practice. It's 100 meters, 200 meters, 4x100. All the discuss name yes. Azamati Joseph Amwam.
So you see, athletics need Olympic qualifier Paris 2024. Inti stars ni na Ghana and the likes of
Nigeria for guy be no aba.
There be ne Kenya. Ferdinand Omanyala no. Yes. Permission is amba. We should need to say who entries in so. So amba.
It be onyamba Bobeba. You see because 17 fee equal. So even games are able. Countries be maybe table tennis and they some are leaving. Ochina, I had the intelligence. So Ochina, Nigeria is bringing 100 delegation.
Oh, okay.
Because games are omo babe bosses here no, omo athletes no.
Afe na edru.
Afe na eba. Nsi uye wia ebi mu betimi de wako ebi mu so be trainer obi ewia nsa na mo.
Yeah, it is obi social. Say ebun kompon ko echi a 400 say Africa ye jina so. Those days Aziz Zakari, Aziz Zakari, yes, Leo Masimos, any Cancer American, Cancer Mo. any the likes no mu jom na spa the same thing and yebenya you say po amwane azamatimo sa protect no mo so mu jam na mo say
4x100 the Africa any best
yes
4x100
yes
it e bet match gold
we bet me age because me say 2003 Abuja France will be colony ni team no against Alikali ni gen na so you papa even tama
and about 100 meters individual way you know as a measurement magic
o bet me say Omanyala na mad ya and the o bet me actually no because on African mo say track and field no time and distance inti say the time ni better no e bia wonya ni good day and I say wa ma o time na ye better kra na because one man inti no o be ko wanim nti always say me measure by
and also developing injury
yes
no but Olympic qualifier ne de Omanya ne beba na wa ma obesi de akọ Olympic
o say the other competitions
obeti me qualify
yes Diamond Leagues ni nka kan ho I beti me akoso ya eno so beti me aboa no ama nya qualification no e de akọ nti no beti me aboa because eno amene ba of say ka say no ka so omo target na 7 medals yes it will share since I acquire about 185 medals say nyina athletics and a standing tall na ba boxing and some weightlifting nti boxing so my once the boxers no equal Italy equal combo Olympic going qualifier last person no lose nti yen team nya qualification for the next Olympics no nti baby o metima down mani aba no African Games no yes and him say book on boxing iron and so they be ma yes home match we do e be a lot of fans betimi akọ when they be with TV so nipa na dos na book community boxing community no so be say you say swimming community no eyomutiedi and badminton ni weightlifting and beach volleyball no ni am wrestling yen share any fans as I say you say swimming community no ama omuti super so your fans o betimi atan echi say athletics no and be a football because of
now athletics mostly started about athletics 17 this month and no he benya schedule for the day
schedule no almost social LOC social media
website ni
even on the website
Accra Games aging.com you are coming be
one benya schedule for every day
Accra 2023 aging which is africangames.com
okay
do quite mean now
okay what I'll do ne say every day maybe be ko see sense so immortal and answer jama mo fa schedule na send
it to you
and at least ye mo boss na amanfo enhu games ko be o me athletics there do me say athletics there be ko akohwe bi no and they ma register me din ato ho
swimming ni
yes o sha
beach volley dey kika on
jama Accra 2023
na amanfo ayama ho no bo bunnim say beach volley
Accra 2023 aging.com
okay
the aging means African Games
Accra
2023 ag.com
okoho schedule for the day
so once maybe wrestling was here no to wrestling results in now until so okoho channel data
but social media so you receive daily flyers usually no ban so I will make sure say baby HSA
to one channel data on the 12th the it's way medal yes or chance medal cycling we among cycle medals in and we football say once or Ghana shall say once or 8 p.m. match 7 men Ghana Gambia and a channel and now we a man and so women Ghana Tanzania and so now why to me Sheldon so boom say Ghana and see life
the athletes no more aduane sem na ade ole gon ho no bibia e kama omunya issues be
problem be any so wa onim say kokonsa de ehwe ni ho a bezi wo man Ghana ebi monte
it will be
and I'm also the top notch
on say over the years no
yes
aban enche na mfa second foot sports on a biggest challenge and most of us in some trouble so if you do on 3 things so we foreign if you are black black stars has no kotoko and we knew what goes on our cycling we walk na when some training be 10 years and above on call cricket over watch matter we knew maybe a book on boxing and we knew Accra Sports Stadium Kumasi Sports Stadium in the BI work be and league centers enti and mama yeah bre go be ni baby abeku Jackson Krafi last year so be the publication but so abeku Jackson he's finished it, you know we should get him out of we intimi independent on too much but then one of Obeje medal abeku Jackson from Tesano Dolphins to GH Dolphins but it you know it GH Dolphins about 6 athletes omako final yes you know swim GH Dolphins almost from Tesano Dolphins and papa team yeah the GH Dolphins over there papa na hwe ne sa and we school into akọ Pimo Kazan when you're Russian coach and Ukraine he has not followed any of the sporting discipline. He names Ajanako over the years wako African World Championship or Netherlands omuko bo we so ship so and omuko bo beach volleyball no we beach volleyball ase they come Maputo it was the first time your boy Humade ekoko wini medal no was the first time near the show over the years on much on Bob Breo when by first can show you say there was a certain guy friend Jeff only said Ajanako echo World Championship Netherlands this can only play ticket at the man said Ajanako man kwai yen two of man bepem na no jai Jeff just say on competing for Ghana bio no jai nti lesser non sports no say less finance sports no yen first can show former GOC president Benin mentioned this ska kakreshe weightlifting mono and weightlifting e pejana tama ni lanteba na president no be kan ho no mu ska kakreshe mu na weightlifting e pejana ho be wini medal na to so SB so kwate arm wrestling na isi arm wrestling so wini medal African championship one they won a lot of medal arm wrestling say
what's this African games so be over 20 medals
arm wrestling they can get over 20 medals e wa say o ma target say ni nyina be kan wa ye betimi ama ye home so even hockey how could saying
now hockey pitch now are you ready
yes yes
grass for
hockey pitch yes yeah omo be hwe no mo say standard no mo here for the qualification no e wo form inti yensa inti quickly no ministry was contacted and they cry the required
in the Abama Maye
Aba
ba mun lenwe
mo di huejuma so very soon we know it to be ready.
Now hockey games never started I
hockey games was scheduled to start on the 10th yes but based on whatever omobe decided on a normal rich consensus but African games here bebo hockey and no hockey no so bebo no to do see oku hockey pitch Accra
maintenance no was amount say since 2009
the year
hosted for
African hockey
let's begin to dream again pepem na iti police team checkers any other teams on bo nyina trustees more
the issue what are we doing for them has been a challenge not today because critically now analyze it. I'm speaking from an analytical perspective.
Yes.
The facilities are not generating enough revenues to be able to maintain itself.
No generating. I say ministry maintenance budget to us every month in the baby because working in a question working on with this kind of obi an kwaje hockey man enti we would develop sports no ama when he say we develop sports no
a bit ma generate
yes
ebi mo won so a
even football kra one stars edan di be Lagos City on ba no one star supporters if you want ma emehwe Lagos City Park Accra Sports Stadium has na ekotokwa na gba na scale ba na has ba Olympics kra ba sika hin bia mba enti me maintain ti na say ban ni say ni responsibility ni e say ban twa sika to say we budget for maintenance every year bia no na ye hu adwuma enti say wunya crossover passover bi no be pass to 31st bia yes can say support kakra
e was say hwe na ye wrap it up I think my final way be so be per ticket no omoton no wen
we say if minimum athlete somebody card there but swimming other ones no free
swimming is free
you go make ticket over me access free but it depends on where you be allowed to sit
okay
Some of them are free, some of them through HS auto tickets. But free no crowd, we encourage people say go online na at least go download the free
Speak
ticket.
into the microphone.
Go online or go download the free tickets.
Okay.
But obi ambra enije oho ebi mo say omoko say na hu say na Afcon ebi mo koje numbers. Sans na African Games ebi mo beba beje numbers. Nti uti fie na o feel say wo de wumpie embe hwehwa. Wan hwehwe so wu. Wan bomu a embie. Wan bisa ye ntiro numbers no ho. Nti wan bisa na number na. Wan pia mbe hu nipa no. Embisa ne number na enya ade a obenya. Nti uti fa kwa uti wade so. Obia MP na support e say the more Ebema Games na ye febia.
Okay, my mini sound come away. My mini head of sports, Joy Sport, Gary Al Smith, and Kasagari Akwabe Kosi saying, so near Pum to saying.
Nyamiadum, yeah.
Charlie, your friend, why boko? I mean, I saw a picture on your page. Na a podium athletes no age now, so and you could see say a A4 sheet the actual 1, 2, 3. Where was that picture taken? A for picture no.
Oh, weightlifting. Every say not my busy the whole day. See me phone no. Oh, friend, about 20 minutes anchor. On some coming because I'm age. You might see Anna. Even say I'm for give me say. But so I have another picture, a clearer picture that clearly shows it was during one of the weightlifting presentation events actually from yesterday.
Oh, meaning
yes. So I have another picture that I'll
it means as we speak now that particular venue no more need standard podium ni bi wo ho.
So I don't know whether they have changed it because I don't know if you know I don't know if you know say as the games are going on, and these are things that I mean we don't want to speak about because what you are saying. Because there are some venues where as we speak right now, Obi, there's carpentry works going on at some venues right now. We have chosen not to speak about it. As we speak now, there are carpentry works going on at certain venues of movie. So when I came online and I saw, I'm like, do these people really want us to report everything we see? Or do they want us to even tell the world, say, Enra at the Games Village, there was light off? Do they want us to say that? It is not everything, Open, you know, it is not everything we know that we are reporting.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
It is not everything we know that we are reporting. So when I came online and I saw, I'm like, I even have more pictures of the weightlifting from yesterday. Obisha Kente, and you can, even from the picture I posted, you can clearly see, if you zoom in a bit, that the Africa Games logo is at the back, which should tell you that it is during these games that the thing was done. Do you understand?
Yeah.
And if the people who are doing the games and are being honest with themselves, they are how do you say it? They are changing the things as the games go on. You understand what I'm saying? So I saw that they had posted several other podiums where they are giving other medals and stuff like that. But you know that for the games, it is not only one venue.
It's true.
Yes. So I was quite surprised when I saw that. But so yes, please go on. I think I've answered your question.
After covering these games over the past few days, there were 2 more weeks to go. What do you think must change to give us that unforgettable games? Oh,
I think
yes.
I think we will all agree we didn't do a good job with getting the time right. You know, we wasted a lot of time on a lot of things. So I think that some of the specifics, for whatever reason, Obibeka say ebia sikano amantem. So we were not able to buy Nyama was to Emma the various athletes or federations or stuff like that. There are things to say from some of the federations to say some of the things are happening because omo training, omo briefing in them. Normally the protocol is that chef de mission, who is essentially the leader of the games, he will meet the members or the leaders of all the individual federations. Now, walk through all the rudiments, asking what's going to happen at this time. What should you expect? What can we give you? What can we not give you? if we cannot give you this, it will come at this time. So some of those things say, if those communication it would have forestalled and I say anchor, we would have avoided say some of the athletes complaining any manner, because after they complain now better say it be a federation headway I can say this thing we are going to give it to you tomorrow, but then why didn't you tell them? You understand?
Yeah.
And I've always said say there is no media, at least on our side, media person Ghana for say you better report bad news. Do you get what I'm saying? However, most of us who have gone Sebio to go cover games in Poa, it is not right, Obi. It is simply not right. Say something as basic as accreditation, Obi. It is not right. It is unbelievable, unconscionable. Say you have accreditation 3 or 4 days after the games have started. But just for the benefit of some of the listeners, in the use of accreditation, it should come early. You say Obi free Zimbabwe or Ghana, and I say free Sudan or Ghana. Zimbabwe put a good example, because Zimbabwe there, Omanhene Ghana, was diplomatic relationship.
Yes.
So if I am from Ghana, I don't need a visa to go to India. We say, who's a South Sudan in Ghana for the games?
Sure.
And he said, me a South Sudanese journalist or South Sudanese fan. Me person bad games now. I need that accreditation at least 2 months to time, because if I am in South Sudan, it means that the nearest embassy, Ghana embassy, is either in Kenya or Ethiopia. Now that's South Sudan, that's a war-torn country. That ben accreditation, my print accreditation. No, I call Ethiopia, and now say Nairobi, Kenya. I file me visa appointment or whatever it is. However, as you know as well, accreditation also gives you, if you are a journalist, that is, it gives you a visa on arrival. You know that, what you are saying.
That's true.
But in the cases where it is for visa on arrival, no, the reason why it is important, they say, you need accreditation. ABIA, or sponsorship. To say, yeah, multimedia. ABIA games no in a country where you don't. Some of the sponsors, just because they don't want you to chop their money, they will demand, say they want to see your accreditation before you give me, before they give you money. Obi, you are ahead of a station. You know what I'm saying? It is like that. Yes, sir.
That's true.
You understand? So for journalists to come into the country, there are so many examples. I'll give you an example. People from Wikipedia, they came just to come and cover the games as preparation to learn junior reporters to come and learn how to cover a multi-sport event ahead of a day Olympics Abeba in a few months' time. Say Africa Games, so a smaller version of Olympics.
Yes.
So whatever happens here, it will help the junior reporters get that experience before they go to Paris for the games. So they applied for accreditation. They came all the way to Ghana, Obi. They got confirmation of the accreditation, only for them to come to Ghana and be told, say, accreditation had been rejected. You understand? So it is not that we take delight. Rebecca said we take delight in reporting the bad news, but in my of my colleagues as well said they all kind of, we have 2 weeks to go. Yes, say Rebecca problems no ene. What you say?
Yeah.
So that say obi be kika no ho a wa kika no ho me solve this our problem with.
And you reject that narrative, sir.
Yes.
As the media in Ghana are fixated with negative stories about this tournament. You reject that claim.
Okay. So I have a question I want to ask. Mr. L, the media in Ghana who are reporting the so-called negative stories, would Ghanaians prefer that Ghanaian media report it, or our Nigerian, South African, Moroccan colleagues go and report it in the international media? Which one would they prefer? That's what I'm saying. And first of all, Mr. Mika, let's just say we have had 6 years, Obi. Maybe our listeners know Omanhene.
Yes.
We have had 6 years. The initial bid document now was prepared by Magnus Rex Dankwa. It's 2018. We have had 6 years to prepare. In fact, 5 years plus an extra year of postponement. Obi, if we have had 6 years to prepare for a games, and Obi, you are telling me, say, common accreditation, you can't sort accreditation out, so Ghanaian media should keep quiet. Then Sebi, you are saying that you see. I don't know what you are saying.
Yeah, I get you.
From this, if you go to the airport road right now, at about 6 o'clock. What you are saying? At about 6 o'clock, you will see a total of 3 street lights working. 3 from Shiashi to Okonglo Junction. 3 street lights. Obi, we said we are inviting 53 countries to come to Ghana. On the major road from the airport to where the games village is, only 3 or 4 street lights are working. There's a video, so you can count yourself. And I'm in America. Anybody who is driving, and I know people who listening might be driving along that stretch of road this evening. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So, what? Like, you've had 6 years to prepare. What again do you want us to report? You want us to report that everything is happening well. Do you get what I'm saying? Yes, it's not right.
Yeah, I get you. Indeed, those who have made the arguments, like happens elsewhere, no, when they host such tournament of this scale, and problems, but hardly would you find their media report the negative.
That is not true. When say amount forecast, Google. Me see so shortly as a journalist, shortly after 2004 Olympics, shortly Greece, Athens. Before in fact, during the games, now Omobobo carpentry works, and it was constantly in the media. If you Google, you will see it there. Several games, Gabon and Equatorial Guinea. Both times they hosted the AFCON. We reported that while the games were ongoing. We all reported it. It's not new. Even Ivory Coast, AFCON year, do you know that as at the last international break, which was in November, on the main stadium, the stadium was leaking. It was reported. You can Google it and find it there. So it was because of that noise that they sorted the things out. And Obi, the final thing, America, it's a to say, Ghana, we are in Ghana. We know once the games are finished,
yeah.
Obi, tell me if I am lying. After the 24th of this month, if we now go and report that this is not working and this is not working, all they will say is that you are Momonka. That's all.
Yeah.
Yes, it's as simple as that. And see, and yet, and answer boy or something. It is that we know how Ghana works. We know that if we talk about it today, with 2 weeks to go, it will be fixed. Because you see, the fact of the matter is that games now, your legacy project and so.
Yeah.
All the facilities there. Sabi, by this time next month, 2 months, 3 months, we are expecting say Ghana for your taxes, akosa infrastructure, Ghanaians will be able to enjoy those facilities. Inti enra utie abrante na owini silver na Abeku Jackson.
Yeah, Abeku.
O see the past he has traveled all over the world. Abeku sees no we be 14 years. There is no country in the world that he is not been to.
Yes.
There's no, you understand? And he was saying that to have this in his country means that the next generation of swimmers is guaranteed. But imagine, say, we don't talk about the problems with Boteman. At the end of the games, Obi, you and I know that the government will not do anything about it. You and I know. Me say no dear. I mean, because I've been in the job for a while, say who did matema and I mean, it's not a problem for me. I live with it every day. But that's what they're saying. I will see. You understand?
Yeah.
So long as I don't like, as at the way I have posted about the weightlifting now, almost and yes, I know. I'll post the other one immediately I finish the call, so that they tell me that it's not that one. You understand? We know that some of the things we post, by the time we post, they sort it out within a day or two. But that is what we want, because we know that if we don't put the government on it, so Obi, what's that? Ekosi saying microphone. It is not every time you say something that it will be nice to the government, and some of them are your friends. And then yes, sir.
Yeah.
But what has to be said has to be said. You know, and yeah, abroad, Bogana for and I say Boapaya, and I say the will be in Marse, and the Papayo into me.
Gary, it's always a pleasure talking to you. Yeah, that's Charlie, Medasi, we be any best here in Comobio. Medasi, find Gary Al Smith, head of sports, Joy Sports, and I'm not saying no aiding Como. You could see signs the higher Senpai FM, and at least it settles a lot of the issues. If anything, Jamal. 1 minute, me Pacho. 1 minute.
You see, with the issue of accreditation, what I know is that the one in charge of communication and media reach out to the media, all money, public, more facing technical challenge. Into quickly, we reach out to the IT guys to rectify the issue, and it was rectified. Or apologize for the delays and everything. It happens when you have bigger games or events like this. And I expected my brother, if one Tikra say the communication director of the LOC has apologized and rectified the issue, at least, or Nadamfu, he could have just picked up a phone and reach out to have the explanation on the two between. Then you see, I admit, and everybody will admit, you can't always have everything right. When feedback comes, you pick the feedback, you improve upon it. And then in some I kept on saying feedback
improve.
When you pick it up quickly, then you report it to the appropriate quarters. No more, because you don't see why there are podiums and somebody decide not to go and pick them. And our event grounds manager, I'm making sure say everything is in place. A Nipa and a Jumano probably pressure
but
was more than.
But he makes the point, say now it was 6 years to prepare for this, and some of the challenges are you know. So say as we speak, carpentry work here cost in some of the venue. Immortal you admit to you say every event. What's new ideas to me, but you feel you could do it in a different way. Then you make modifications to suit Sanya man. So going forward to Nema Ode Shas and Okra and Shah and yes Sanya man now the end. We have good news, we have bad news. When you give us the feedback, we'll work on it. But it doesn't mean we shouldn't project the good news. But I think
nobody's blaming anybody too.
Sure. Journalists, that's why
it's making it. You see that it is social media and ebisa. Negative no more business and now what had that and I won't feel positive in by. And yeah, LOC and ministry and I can say moon projecting. So the public are seeing what you and I are doing. And we want the best for the country. We will pick the feedback. We will improve
and you work on that. Mate Jamal, yeah, that's it. Immortal, Mame Nase. You best say the Komobio. Say we have 2 more weeks to go to the end of this tournament. You best say the Komobio. We am the official games correspondent. Why? Every day, be I was saying minya feedback if you
8 p.m. the commentary from my
commentary. That's the Nigeria game, right? The Nigeria game. Very well. In the Immortal Ajakwa a champion and Amoten and Kano Ekosi saying Moma yentie we emrate ye ba kofitonto ewaha lawyer Chumberema wa Tik Mohammed ewaha ye shase edi enkomo. Stay with us here,